Welcome to MPB Learning. I am Ms. Killen. I will be your instructor through Algebra 1. We are going to learn a lot. We're going to do some activities. We're going to be able to use some technology. We are going to have so much fun with this. This is my classroom. You will, every lesson, see different things on my wall. Depending on what we are learning, depends on what I will have on the wall. Sometimes we will have formulas. Sometimes we'll have different notes that you will need to take reference to, but I want you to feel comfortable in seeing what you have on the side of my classroom to be able to use. Now, we are in the Introduction to Algebra 1. In our first screen of each one of our lessons, I will tell you what the lesson is about, what the unit's name is, and I will give you a can-do statement. I can, and for this lesson, I can understand how this unit is going to go. And then I will also give you the Mississippi standards that we are going to cover. Then we will either go to some new vocabulary, maybe some old vocabulary that we're going to use or that we're going to review. And then each lesson we are going to have vocabulary and review. And we will also make sure that we understand what we've done previous in the last unit or in the last lessons. Then we get to the meat of our lesson. This is where we're going to learn our new concept. This is where we're going to do examples, where we're going to take notes, where we're going to maybe do a little back and forth discussion on what we're learning. We'll get formulas and we will see what our new concept is going to be. That's what the meat of our lesson is going to be. I will give notes. Now, depending on how you are taking or viewing these lessons, you may have some notes pages that you'll have, or maybe you have your own notebook that you put notes in. Either way, we will have some reference to put this on your notes page, or these are notes that we need to make sure that we're getting. So I will always reference as if this is truly important, to make sure that we're getting that on our notes or our notes pages. We're going to have examples, we're going to have formulas, and then sometimes I'll give you direction on this is how we work it, or this is how we need to make sure that we're understanding what it looks like. I will always make sure that I give you directions, examples, and notes. And if it's a new formula, we're going to make sure that we have those too. Now, technology. Everybody loves technology. You have your phone, you have your tablet, you have your computer. But you may be saying to yourself, how are we going to work this? How are we going to look at these? Well, I'm going to have these on our board. Everyone's going to have their TI-84 calculators. And when we have our TI-84 calculators, this is what it's going to look like. I'm going to be able to show you what my TI-84 looks like, and it's going to look just like yours. I'll be able to tell you either go to the y equals feature, or maybe we're going to go to a table of some sort. Maybe we're going to need to format something. So everything that's on your calculator is also going to be on my calculator up here. Now, the technology that everybody's waiting on is that Desmos calculator, because that's embedded in some of our tests or in some of our examples or in some of our activities that we're going to do. So this is what Desmos is going to look like. If you have to take that end of the year test, it's going to look just like this. Every function that's on that calculator is also on our calculator. We're going to have how we put in our different functions or how we put in our variables. So everything that we are using on this Desmos calculator we'll be able to see on our screen. So that's how our technology is. That's how we're going to use it and how we're going to work with it. So I want everyone to feel comfortable and have that technology toolbox that's just another aid in us learning this Algebra 1 concepts. Next in our lessons, we're going to have what I call Let's Do Some Practice. This is where me and you are going to work together. I'm going to put examples up here and I'm going to work on the board while you're working in your seat or with your partners. And then we're going to have discussions. We're going to see this is why we did it. This is how I use these different technology tools, or this is how I'm going to work with these new formulas, or maybe it's something on the side of my classroom that we may have to reference to. But this is where we get to start practicing in detail or step by step what we've learned. Sometimes we'll have multiple let's do some practices. So I may give you a concept and then we do practice. Then I give you another concept and we do some practice. So if you see multiple, I don't want you to get overwhelmed. It's just yet another opportunity for you to have a chance to work, look and see what the notes we've taken, and then work again. Sometimes you'll be able to pause and maybe get more help from your table partners, or maybe from the teacher in your classroom, or maybe someone online that's helping you. So this is a good opportunity for you to put into practice what we've learned. Now, then we're going to have a time for you to master, and it's just what it says it is. It's time that you're going to stop the video. I'm not going to be moving or talking, but it gives you the opportunity for you to shine. It gives you the opportunity for you to look at your table partners, or even try independently to work the material and see if you can work it, and then you'll be able to bring the video back on, and then I can say, okay, now that you've done yours, let's see what Ms. Killen can do. It's all about making sure you are grasping all these concepts. So that's why you have time to master, and then I'm going to come back and show you how I work it, and then we're going to be able to compare our work. At the end of each lesson, you're going to see this big sticky note. It's going to say, don't forget. This is when we're going to remember the major concepts that we've learned in our lesson, the notes that we need to make sure that we have taken, or if we may have forgotten it, we can pause here and go back and grab that in the past portion of the video. We're going to make sure that we're understanding the formulas that we've gotten, or the formulas that we've learned. We're going to review new and old vocabulary that we've used. We're also going to make sure that we have special notes, ones that we're going to take with us through new lessons or new units. So this is where we kind of grasp everything, make sure that we've got it all together before the end of our lesson is. And then every day, every single time that you come learn here with me at MPB, I'm going to thank you, because it takes a lot of strength and courage to go into a new concept that you've never done before. So when I say thank you, I truly do mean it. So thank you for learning here at MPB. I am Ms. Killen, and I want you to have a great day.